In this video, we are making chili from Prairie Fire tomatoes. I had an abundance of tomatoes this season, and the Prairie Fire tomato did not disappoint. I decided to freeze 2 gallons of them up and make chili with them, seeds and all. Now, Prairie Fire tomatoes are known and beloved for their 10 bricks scale sweetness rating. But how would this translate into chili without making this too super hot and spicy? I don't want to be up all night with heartburn. I will go through what I added to move the sweetness to the background of this flavorful chili. Ready? But first, it is 2 days later. You can see that we are quite unthawed here. I am going to use my NutriBullet to get this done. This is already very sticky in here. Still a little bit frozen. Yesterday, you can see that the baggies are sticking together because they are so sugary. I did take and move the inside to the outside on both sides so I can try and get this unthawed better. You can see there's a lot of wateriness here. I might use it, I might dump it. It depends on how thin the base becomes. Here's our first batch. I let it go for about 45 seconds. You can see it's kind of orangey. That's because there's all that air in there. It will end up giving us a nice, beautiful red color in the end. This batch here was a little bit more frozen. You can see it's a little bit more lighter. I'm just going to keep doing this until the 2 bags are gone. Now I am working on number 4. You can see we're getting down here a little bit. This will be number 5. I did have to get rid of that baggie and all of the water, or the tomato water really, because I kept having to wash my arm because the sugar content was crazy. So I did decide to go ahead and taste this, and oh my god, it is so sweet. I'm gonna have to combat that a little bit. Let's say this is probably a half, so the total was about 6.5 to the max line, maybe a little bit above, on a large NutriBullet cup. This is what I have so far. So I do have some seasoned hamburger that I put garlic powder, seasoned salt, and chili powder on, and I let it soak for about 2 days before. It is tender and greatly flavored. You guys, look at how fantastic and green this celery looks. This looks so good. I just got it today, so I'm going to cut some of this up. We've got onions, garlic, black beans, because that's all I had. Otherwise, I would have preferred chili beans. And some diced jalapenos. Put that meat in, and I'm just gonna let it do its thing. Oh my god, this celery is so fresh and crisp. All right, and I have 1 small and 1 medium onion in here. I absolutely love this little thing. You can chop so quickly. This was 2 stalks of celery. This was about half of the can of the jalapenos. We'll see if I like that or not. And that much, I should say. And the garlic was about 1.5 heaping tablespoons. So I did add all of the liquid from these black beans. And I do want you to see how thick the body or the base of this chili is at the moment. But remember, some of these were partially frozen. Some of them were still pretty much almost frozen at the bottom. Okay, last thing is I added the meat. I didn't add all of it. I would say that there's probably about 1.75 pounds cooked here. All right, so now I'm just gonna stir everything up so that everything can cook nice and well and get all of those flavors blended. Remember, I do have my jalapeno peppers in reserve over here. get a nice little taste testing as things go along. And you can see, look at all of that air on the surface. This smells so good, so fresh. Normally I make this chili with 4th of July tomatoes. Don't be alarmed. This is just foaming up and it's getting the air out. Look at this. It's looking so good. But you guys forgot to remind me about the bell peppers. Whole bag. It's the one product that was in the freezer today. So I kind of forgot about it. I didn't grow peppers this year. I did add some seasoning salt. I'm gonna add the rest of the meat and the rest of the jalapenos. This looks a whole lot better. It tastes bland because it needs seasoning. There is a backdrop of sweet, but it's not out of place for chili. It's actually pretty good so far, but I do need to season this up. It is the next day. I've been letting everything sit. I did have a little bowl last night, very good. I did add a lot more chili powder to that. I do want you to kind of see how big this pot is. This is in a Kenmore Elite side-by-side refrigerator, just so you kind of know how big that is and how much that this is making for us. Okay, here is what this looks like after it has sat all night. It looks a lot better to me. It looks like the colors have settled. So as expected, it did loosen up. I'm gonna go ahead and make us a bowl and check it out. If you feel like this is too thick for you and you want a little bit more juice, then I like to use these V8 low sodium. So this is 1 scoop. I just want you to see the broth now. It's not watery. It's definitely way thinner than when we began. Well, that was delicious, and I am on to a next bowl. I did find that there's no longer that 10 bricks sweetness scale after I added the jalapenos. I did not add a lot for how large that pan is. However, it did neutralize that ridiculous sweetness in the beginning. And really it isn't ridiculous because that's why we grow these for. However, the garlic and the onion, it all just did what it needed to do overnight. I did leave this, I don't know, kind of chunky. I didn't add this to thin it out. This to me is so good. I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to top it with a little bit of cheese, some cracker, and I think a little bit of sea salt. So you can see I've got a little bit of broth here at the edges. Okay, I'm enjoying this. Guys, look, it's another great day for chili. Would I do that again? Would I freeze prairie fire tomatoes again and make chili? Absolutely. I really am enjoying it. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and I invite you again to subscribe, as I have been gardening for over 40 years and have a lot to teach, show, grow, review, experiment with, and my favorite, a specific variety everything deep dive. So let's try new things together, mix it up, and have a glorious day.